All right guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today I just got back from doing the full review on this 2022 Toyota Tundra Platinum, and unfortunately my GoPro does keep acting funky. If you watch that review, you would know that at the end of it the GoPro actually did like overheat a little bit. So I'm gonna try to get as much information at the beginning of this video in as possible, because I honestly do not know how long this is going to last, unfortunately. But here you can see what I was talking about during the review. This interior is absolutely beautiful to sit in. Obviously I do have my camera and some of my filming equipment and stuff in the passenger seat, but putting that aside, we have this huge 14-inch touchscreen right in front of us with a bunch of different options. Unfortunately, like I said in the review, you have to like log in and kind of create your own like account with Toyota to use and like utilize a lot of those options. And obviously I'm just a guest. This isn't like my truck or anything. I'm essentially just test driving it. So I can't really be doing that today. And speaking about test driving, today's truck, it's actually offered to me by Sansone Toyota on Route 1 North in Avenel, New Jersey. If you are in the central New Jersey or North New Jersey area and you are looking for a new or used Toyota, I highly suggest going to Sansone Toyota. They've let me review a bunch of their vehicles in the past, and obviously today we've got another one here, but I have nothing but good things to say about them. But now moving on from the dealership and just talking on this truck, I do have to say it is extremely comfortable in here. You can hear how quiet it is, and the electronical display I really love. We have a bunch of different options that we can see. On the left we have like our miles per gallon fuel economy numbers. Obviously we have a speedometer right there with the tachometer like around where it shows you the actual speed that you're going. And then you also have obviously your gas gauges, your coolant temp, battery voltage, oil temp, and then you also have a PSI reader right there for the turbos. This is powered by a 3.5 liter twin turbo I-Force V6, and it makes around 390 horsepower peak horsepower I should say, and around 470 something foot-pounds of torque. So there's definitely not an incredible amount of power with this drivetrain, but it's delivered through a 10-speed automatic shiftable transmission. I could pop it into sport mode right here and kind of go through the different gears. I'm not really going to do that because I'm not going to beat on it too much. If we actually scroll through some of the driving modes, right now I'm just in normal, and then we can bump it down to comfort, bump it down one more to eco, and then bring it back up to normal, and then into sports, and then sports plus. And then there's actually a custom driving mode that you can kind of set up all for yourself. I'm gonna leave it in sport S plus right now, but yeah, it does have a decent amount of different driving modes. Kind of changes up the like a little electronic display right here. But I do really like driving the Tundra. One thing that's a little bit trippy is that this mirror is actually just a camera in the back there. I guess that's like that because obviously it's a big truck. You might not see as well with just a little like traditional rear view mirror, but to me, coming from a older vehicle, it's a little bit weird. I know a lot of new vehicles have it. My aunt's Chevy Traverse actually does have one of those, and I think that's like a 2018 or 2019. So that whole concept with the electronic or like camera rear view mirror has been around for quite some time now, or at least a few years. But this Tundra that I'm actually driving today is finished off in a midnight black metal exterior paint color, and that's one of 6 options for the Platinum trim. And speaking about trims and different additions for this 2022 Tundra, it's almost endless. I think there's like 30 plus different trims for this truck alone, which is kind of crazy. The Platinum is going to come in around the high 50,000 mark, right around 60,000 US dollars. I know this one, I think Sansone is asking a little bit over 64, but the market today is obviously so incredibly inflated. I'm sure all of you guys know that. So for that price, I'm sure you can potentially find something that's used that it could be a little bit better. I'm not going to just sit here and praise this truck. There's definitely some things that I kind of don't really like about it. Number one being the power that it makes. It is that, twin turbo V6, the I-Force engine that Toyota calls it, but it doesn't make as much as that twin turbo V6 offered in the ecoboost with Ford, the Ford F-150. Honestly, this really isn't that bad either. It's just, it's a hefty truck. It's definitely up there, and trying to get it moving, like we'll turn out onto the highway right here and you can see me kind of stomp on it in the Sports S Plus mode, but it takes some time getting up to speed, to say the least. Now, a couple of the other buttons right here, I'll go through them. We have the trailer up there. All right, guys, so like I said it would, the GoPro did like overheat and kind of die on me, so I'm gonna finish off this video with my iPhone 12 Pro. Hopefully the quality comes out, somewhat decent. Again, I do apologize for that. I hope the audio is good. I hope the video is good. But kind of picking up where I left off, some of the buttons right here, we have the trailer backup guide right there. Obviously, we don't have a trailer attached to this truck today. Traction control, your hazards, and pretty much all your AC is like right up here. Also, you have the ventilated seat, different modes, obviously 1, 2, 3 going by intensity, and then your heated seats. So if you're a contractor and it's a hot middle of August day like today, the vented seats are probably worth their weight in gold. And again, if it's in the middle of February and you're going from job site to job site, I'm sure you would love to have those heated seats as well. So it's great to have both those options offered in this Toyota Tundra Platinum. And again, this is really where this Toyota shines, is in the interior. And looking just behind me here, you can see the full-sized cab. There's plenty of leg room in that second row behind me. And me kind of sitting in the driver's seat, this seat is extremely comfortable. It's a great truck to drive. Obviously, I'm going around and it's in rear-wheel drive right now. You can electronically activate that front differential, put it into a 4-wheel drive mode. We're not going to do that today because that's just stupid to do on a nice paved road with no bad weather or whatever. But I'm sure it can really just tear it up in a 4-wheel drive mode as well. But driving around and just taking some of these corners around the street and going over some of the speed bumps here in Sandstone, it honestly just feels like you're floating on the road. It's extremely comfortable to drive this thing. Now, I know I said it before and I'll probably say it again, but the really only downside that I have about this Tundra, the only real criticism that I can, think of off the top of my head, is the power that it makes. It just doesn't make that much power. And it does, require a little persuasion trying to get up to speed. Now, obviously, this isn't, a race car. It's not meant to be crazy with performance or anything. It's not like a Ram TRX or anything like that. But I do think that it is lacking just a little bit, especially when compared to that, I think, 2017 or 2018 Ford F-150 with that twin-turbo EcoBoost V6. And obviously, that F-150, F-250 maybe even would be one of this Tundra's, competitors. And also, even though, there's a ton of different creature comforts and different features in this interior, it's not like the Toyota actually offers any features that aren't, unheard of, getting in other trucks, especially nowadays. And there goes the lane departure warning, which can definitely be a little bit annoying, but obviously you just have to make sure that you're using your blinkers and it won't go on. But yeah, it's definitely a little sensitive, but at the end of the day, the good thing about having sensitive safety features is that, well, they're gonna work, even though they can annoy you a little bit. And speaking about the different safety features, if you do have a family and you have one of your kids just starting to drive, you don't have to worry about them taking this truck out. First of all, the safety rating is 5 stars. It's a great and, you know, safe truck. But also, if I, you know, just undo my seatbelt right here while driving, it's probably not going to do it because we're sitting in traffic. But once we start to pick up some speed, I demonstrated this during the review, and the sound that this thing makes, the chime, is just absolutely annoying. So there you get the initial chime, and I think after that it just keeps going, and yeah, it kind of like speeds up. So I'm not gonna torture you guys with that sound anymore. I'm gonna put the seatbelt back on, but that's definitely something to keep in mind when buying this truck as well. But that is pretty much just going to be it for today's video. Again, if you want more of the specs of this truck, what its, you know, towing capacity is, whatever the case may be, definitely be sure to check out the full review I did on it. I'm going to be posting that the day before this video goes public on the channel, and the review will be linked in this video on top somewhere throughout the video. I'm going to have it linked. If you're new, definitely be sure to click that subscribe button down below. Click that bell icon too to get notified whenever I do post a video. Subscribing is absolutely free, and it really helps me out a lot. And a bunch of you guys who actually watch my video are not subscribed, so I do appreciate any of the support. Even if you just want to comment, leave a like on this video, whatever the case may be. And also let me know down in the comment section whether you guys love this new Tundra or whether you hate it. I love to hear your different opinions, and being a smaller YouTuber, I do pretty much like reply to all of my comments. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support on the channel. It means the world to me. But like always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.